those players, man. He gets to see it. Once he starts to see them go in, it's just he catches fire. He rolls them off pretty quickly, which he did in that first half. Basically carried them offensively through that half. But, you know, we did a little better job third quarter, I felt like. But, you know, it's a tough ball club. You know, shout out to them. Again, they've been at the top of the food chain for a reason. Have a plethora of guys that can hurt you. That's what's on full display tonight. But, you know, circumstances are what they are. Difficult, but not impossible. Just need to come out, you know, start the recovery process now and get ready to get a game on right.
Darvin, you guys have spent basically the 80-plus games trying to come back. Like, that's been the story of this team all season. Are you seeing enough energy from this group to still do it? Are you seeing the receipts maybe a little bit from the push your team has had to put into all of this to get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because a lot of it, you know, against the really, really good teams, we're a really, really good team. And I've seen how our defense, you know, just put people in awkward positions and caused them to self-destruct at times, whether it was finishing up the regular season or in these playoffs. And, you know, the defenses, once you get to this point, what's conference finals, the defense gets dialed up that much more. And so you can't have self-inflicted wounds, whether it's turnovers, whether it's giving up offensive rebounds, silly fouls that helps them get to the bonus quicker. I mean, I just think those things you got to be extremely disciplined. And then, you know, you got to have some things fall your way as well. We had a bunch of shots that rimmed out. This is unfortunate, but again, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. You just got to pick yourself back up. Again, fill our cups back up and try to come out and get one on Monday.
Darvin, at times it did feel like the team did take advantage of some of those non-Joker minutes between Austin and AD. Was it just because of that first quarter slump and that Jamal Murray, of course, first half, that kind of made it hard to come back from?
Yeah, I mean, he got going. I thought we were able to come back and take a lead. They had some, man, give them credit, man. They had some guys step up and make some big shots. You know, Bruce Brown, Jeff, Michael Porter Jr., like, they had some guys that stepped up and played well. And, you know, in the absence of Joker. And then once he came back, he just did what he does. And so, I mean, our biggest thing is, again, us continuously applying pressure, playing downhill, playing in the paint, making a simple play. Sometimes it worked out sometimes, and other times, you know, we had some unfortunate circumstances in terms of turnovers or point-blank miss, give them a second chance opportunity. We just got to be more solid.
Darvin, pregame asked you about D'Lo. He went 1 for 8 today, 1 for 6 on threes. What did you make of his performance and just kind of the struggles he's
All good looks. All good looks. He just has to remain aggressive. All good looks.
Darvin, what worked defensively in the second half against Jamal Murray that might not have been working in the first half when he was going?
I mean, we just decided to put a body on him and keep a body on him. He was getting loose. We had some miscommunication plays where, you know, one person may have thought we were reading, another person thought we were staying home. Without me, you know, looking at the game yet, just felt like he took advantage of some of our defensive breakdowns. And, you know, he scores in a variety of ways. It's not like a guy that's going to run 50,000 pick and rolls and so you can switch up that coverage and be okay, kind of slow him down. It's pick and roll, it's off ball, it's back doors, it's everything. And so finding them in transition. But us, you know, the adjustment was both Dennis and Bando, I thought, you know, tried their best to slow him down, disrupt him a little bit. In the second half, I thought we were able to do that, you know, 30 in the first half, 7 in the second half. So, but again, you know, just trying to mix up the pitches, but keep a body on them. And again, you know, Dennis and Bando, they tried, but he's a hell of a player. And you know, once once he gets rolling, it doesn't matter who's in front of him.
Darvin, you guys take to your left. You guys take the lead in the fourth quarter, and I don't want to be disrespectful. They hit the 2 good threes, but they went on an 11-0 run. Was that defense? Was that turnovers? What did you see in that short little window?
I mean, I thought it was a little bit of everything. I mean, again, I have to go back and look at the tape to be 100% sure. But thought a couple turnovers, offensive rebounds by them, a couple missed shots by us, point blank, a couple open misses from 3. And it's just snowball effect.
Tobin, I'd ask you about the play of role players. How do you think Rui, Austin, Jared, Diaz, and D'Angelo, how do you think they equated themselves out there tonight?
I thought they did the best they could, all of them. They competed. And I'm disappointed, but I'm not upset. You know what I mean? In terms of, yeah, it sucks to lose, but those guys fought. They fought their hearts out. They tried to execute what we gave them. And for some of them, shots went down. For some of them, some didn't. And that's just the way it goes, man. Like it's their fight. Nobody was out there just going through the motions. Everyone, I felt like, everyone was competing and trying to get stuff done when they were on the floor.
Yeah, Darvin, with Denver's shot making, I think they've hit at least 14 threes in the 3 games tonight. Even when Jokic was sitting, they got the 5 threes at the end of that stretch. What do you look at scheme-wise versus just size or what they're doing? And is there anything that can be adjusted going into Game 4?
Yeah, we'll go back and look at the tape and then see where we go from there. Just everyone, as long as we remain competitive and ready to give multiple efforts, just in a general sense, I think we give ourselves a chance to be successful. But in terms of the particulars and the coverages and adjustments, we'll go back and look at the tape and then that'll reveal to us what we need to do.
Hey Darvin, I remember you recently wrote 0.3 on a whiteboard, signifying the chances that you were given to make the playoffs after a 2-10 start. Obviously, the chances of recovering from a 3-0 hole are even tougher. Is there still that hope, though, considering everything that you guys have overcome already this season?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the deficit is 3-0, not 4. So as long as they haven't gotten to 4 yet, there's still hope. We're still alive. We just have to focus on winning one game. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Bro, Twitter.
Michael, what is the attitude or the mindset that you guys had to have to come into Los Angeles in not a must-win situation for you guys, but to pull it off and to take a commanding 3-0 lead?
I think the mindset is you have to go out there and take it. I think at this point of the season, I just told the guys after this win, you're fighting human nature. Up 3-0, what's the natural inclination? Take a deep breath, relax, and that's when you get yourself into trouble. We said the same thing going to Minnesota in Game 3, and we did it. We didn't do it against Phoenix, but tonight I give our guys credit because this game was so many games within a game. The Jamal Murray first half, 30 points, played just unbelievable basketball. Nikola Jokic gets in foul trouble. Now, this is the key time of the game. Are we going to survive with Nikola on the bench with 4 fouls? And we did. I thought KCP was unbelievable in that stretch. Made big play, made big shots, and our defense stepped up to hold water while Nikola was out. Nikola, you can't keep him down for a whole game. And the end of the game, him and Jamal playing 2-man game. And I have to give credit where credit is due. That was Nikola's call. He said on the bench, let's go to this play. Let me and Jamal play whole side of the floor, and we'll make the right reads. And we milked that down the stretch. So Coach Jokic did a great job tonight. So proud of our group. I mean, again, second half, 42% for them. Fourth quarter, 41% for them. And I think the greatest stat for this night was 30 assists, only 6 turnovers. On the road against that team who you knew was going to be very desperate and urgent, we did not beat ourselves tonight. So I'm proud of our group, but we're not celebrating. We have to get another win and to close this thing out.
Ramona?
Coach.
Hey, Ramona.
You've referenced Minnesota, you referenced Phoenix from this year, but obviously your team's been through a lot of playoff battles over the years. How much do you think that experience has helped this team in this series?
Oh, I think a lot. I think this team is, playoff tested. This is 5 years in a row, and we've advanced out of the first round most of those years. Except last season when we lost to the eventual world champion in Golden State. And most importantly for me, Ramona, is when we're healthy. What this team did a few years ago in the bubble. Obviously, we lost to these very Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, but to come back from 3-1 deficits to win multiple Game 7s, and to have Jamal Murray healthy and Michael Porter healthy with a great crew around Nikola. Bruce Brown has been unbelievable for us. That guy, what a great pickup. Give Calvin Booth a ton of credit. The trade for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in this offseason, getting Aaron Gordon a few years ago. This group is capable of doing great things, and they believe. They believe right now. And, belief is a very powerful thing.
Right. Second row there.
Hey, Michael, the maturity and the poise that you guys play with tonight, the Rockets atmosphere, the Lakers kept charging, and it didn't seem like you guys buckled. Is that a maturity that you've been wanting to see, that you have seen all season with this group? Yeah,
it is. I mean, I think, we've been in first place since middle of December, and this team has gone on the road and beaten some really good teams. Last season we set a franchise record for road wins. So, we have the ability and the confidence to go on the road and beat really good basketball teams. And I think the word you used is very appropriate. I did see poise tonight. Foul trouble, Nikola going out. There wasn't a panic. It was, okay, he's out. That means somebody else has to step up. And I think that's something our team has done time and time again. I know it's cliche, but that next man up mentality has really served us well over the years.
Front row here in the plan.
Michael, just 5 turnovers.
Is that plaid or flannel?
Your call. What do you think? But just 5 turnovers from you guys tonight. Who sets the tone in that department?
Well, I think Nikola and Jamal. I mean, those are our primary ball handlers. Those are the guys that we played through a ton. And especially what's even more impressive about that, Vinny, is because the amount of attention that Nikola and Jamal get. Those guys are being hounded everywhere. Anthony Davis is just playing free safety, sitting in the paint for 8 seconds at a time and showing an extra crowd. And so to only have 6 turnovers for 8 points in a game of this magnitude, I really felt, because that was my fear going in. On the road, if we fuel their break, this place is going to get crazy. LeBron getting downhill, throwing lob dunks, so this could get out of control quickly. And we never allowed that to happen off of our mistakes. And that's what you have to do. Good teams do not beat themselves on the road.
Front row in the rest.
Coach, how important was it for your team to get off to a fast start that you guys were able to do today?
Yeah, and you have to give Jamal Murray a lot of credit in that regard. I thought Jamal, what did he have in the first quarter? I know he had 30 at halftime. 17 in the first quarter, shooting into a big basket, and his teammates were finding him. And that's one thing I love about our team as well, is that there is no sensitivities. If a guy's got it going, we're going to ride that guy, knowing that at some other point in the game we're going to need somebody else to step up and make a play. And I thought tonight was a perfect example of that. It was Jamal early, it was Jamal and Nikola late, and a lot of guys in between that stepped up. I have to say, I thought Michael Porter tonight was outstanding. That to me is a snapshot of Michael Porter's potential greatness. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and no turnovers. And one of my favorite plays of the night, he caught the ball in front of the Laker bench. He could have shot the ball contested. He makes one more pass to Bruce Brown, wide open corner 3, good to great. And, that shows Michael's continued maturation as a player. So very proud of Michael in the game he played tonight.
Second row over here.
We saw Murray last game, didn't really have it going until boom, fourth quarter he dominates. Kind of that was flipped a little bit with Joker tonight. You mentioned the adjustment by Coach Jokic. What else did you see from him in the fourth quarter to really kind of take control of that game?
From Jamal or from Nikola?
Joker tonight.
Just demanding the ball. There was a little stretch there, I think, early where AD was out. So we made a concerted effort to post up Nikola every time, to get into the bonus early, which we did, and just play through him. That's the thing about Nikola. You can throw whatever defense you want at him. His IQ is just through the roof, and he's going to figure out what you're doing and how he can play his game, but also how he can make those around him better, which is what I think ultimately makes him the great player that he is. He uplifts everyone around him on a nightly basis, and I just saw a guy that even though the game throughout wasn't his game, in the fourth quarter, demanding the ball, calming us down, and making right play after right play. And it's just sometimes a thing of beauty to watch him out there.
Michael, on top of that, we don't see Nikola struggle like that for 3 quarters. It's almost like the first time we saw him be human. Why do you guys not get rattled in a situation like that, especially on the road?
Well, it helped that Jamal had 30 in the first half. You know what I mean? So as Nikola's struggling and Jamal is thriving, we're okay. We're holding water. I think our defense in these playoffs overall has been really good. And when Nikola goes out and you can hold a team to 42% in the second half with the MVP not being out there, that says a lot about your defense. That got us out, and we ran, and we got some easy baskets at times. But Nikola's not going to have a bad game. And he missed some shots that he normally makes. Sometimes you say, wow, he never misses that shot. But, he's got the complete trust of not only myself, but everybody in that locker room, knowing he's going to make the right play and he's going to come through for us because he's done it time and time again.
Last two, Rachel.
Michael, we often talk about the maturity leaps of players make in their 3rd or 4th season, and I remember having a lot of those conversations about Jamal at the time. What's the maturity leap now that he's in his 6th season? Because there's that other level, right?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that we're all getting better. I'm trying to get better. I never want to stop learning. I never want to stop growing. And you could say the same thing for Nikola, who was a 2-time MVP, finding ways to improve. And for Jamal, the biggest thing this year, Rachel, was getting healthy. And then being back healthy, but then getting over the mental hurdle of reminding myself I can get back to not just the level I was at in the bubble, but how do I surpass that? And I remember being in the bus with him, going to the airport after he did the injury in Golden State the next day, and he had tears in his eyes. And that was the message. Hey, man, you're going to come back from this, and not only are you going to come back, you're going to be better. And that's in that moment, it's really hard to believe that. And his first thought was, man, are you guys going to trade me? And that was his, I'm damaged goods. Are you guys going to trade me now? And I hugged him. I said, hell no. Like, you're ours. We love you. We're going to help you get back, and you're going to be a better player for it. And I think what he's doing in these playoffs is just a reminder of a guy that we drafted 7 years ago that has continued to find ways to improve and really show out on the biggest stage in the world.
Last question, Irving, on the right.
Yeah, Coach, with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd, Aaron Gordon skies for like 10 feet and grabs a big offensive rebound, gets it around for a 3-pointer for MPJ. I think the next possession he has a block. Can you tell me about some of the little and big things that AG does for you?
Well, I think you just said it. Like, the little things he does for us are big things. Like Aaron is a guy that is always flying under the radar. And if you want to talk about one guy that really embodies a huge part of our culture about being selfless, Aaron Gordon is a tremendous poster child for that. He has checked his ego out the door. He knew coming into this year with Jamal and Michael back that his role would be different, and he never fought that. Rather, he embraced it. And he said, okay, I want to win a championship. I want to help everybody in this locker room win a championship. And for me and us to do that, I have to be the best version of myself within this role, defending, rebounding, offensive rebounds, making plays for other people. And his impact throughout the Minnesota, Phoenix, and now Lakers series is tangible. We would not be in this position if it wasn't for Aaron Gordon's play, his attitude, and just how unselfish he is.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, everybody.
All 3 games. How do you guys handle that defensively, and where do you think the difference was?
They're a really good team. They got a group of guys that can shoot the 3 behind Jokic. Even though he's not on the court, doesn't change the fact that they can shoot the ball. So we just got to be more locked in, ready to scramble with Jamal Murray playing the way that he was playing in the first half. You had to give him a lot of attention, but tip your hat.
Also, you mentioned the tipping of the hat. All 3 games, it was a possession or 2 game in the fourth quarter. Is there something that you feel like has been consistent in all 3 that was a difference maker for Denver?
I don't know. Obviously there's something there that swings in their favor, but to pinpoint it, if I knew that answer, I feel like we would voice that change it. Like I said, really good team, tip your hat, but, you know, we'll get ready for Monday.
Dan? Austin, this team has basically been playing from behind since the first game of the season. What have you seen from this group that offers any optimism that it has one more comeback in it? And is that something that you can think about in moments like this, down 3-0?
Obviously, right now pissed off, you know, how the outcome has come the last 3 games. But like you said, our back's been against the wall. I've spoke about probably the last 2 months, maybe more than that, since the trade deadline. You know, swinging, throwing punches to fight to get to this opportunity. So, you know, we'll go watch film tomorrow, you know, and we can either come out Monday and go home, or we can, you know, fight for another day. And with the group of guys that we got, you know, I know what that, you know, answer will be.
Jovan?
Austin, is there anything you take from tonight that's a sense of optimism for you guys from, you know, be it an adjustment or the way something kind of played out that you guys can kind of look toward for Game 4?
Right now, I can't really give you anything. Like I said, frustrated over the loss, so I haven't really thought about it that much. But we'll go back, like I said, watch film tomorrow, and, you know, try to be better on Monday.
Any more questions for Austin?
Hey Austin, how do you feel the team's level of energy and your personal level of energy is after, like you said, there's been 2 months of kind of throwing punches, trying to claw your way back into the fight here?
Energy level's high. You know, we get to play basketball for a living, and this is what every guy in the locker room, every guy in the league, you know, chooses to do, and it's something that you have a very high passion for. So any day that you wake up and you go to a job you love, as I'm sure y'all know, you don't need, you know, any extra, you know, push or motivation just because you're doing what you love. So that's enough right there. Every day I walk in the gym and everybody's happy to be there, you know, seeing one another, hanging out, you know, getting work in, just being around is really fun, and that ain't gonna change. I mean, we'll go in tomorrow, and I'm sure everybody's not gonna be in a good mood, but you know, we're still excited to, you know, be doing this every day.
Last question, Crystal.
Hey Austin, a lot of pick and roll from Murray and Jokic. Do they have one of the harder ones to defend so far in your experience?
Yeah, I mean, this is a very good proof of it, just because they're both so dynamic, you know, with the way Jamal Murray's been shooting the ball, and then just the ability of Jokic, as I spoke about the last 3 games, his ability to, you know, get the best out of everybody on the team. You know, he's going to put you in positions to be successful. And, you know, when you have 2 guys like that, you know, that's, I mean, very hard to guard. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Not get discouraged by the fact that it's 3-0 now.
I mean, yeah, I've never been in a position like this, so I don't know. I mean, yeah, we just gotta watch film tomorrow and just focus on ourselves and trying to win the next game.
Rui, Austin came in here and talked about, obviously, Denver, a very good three-point shooting team with Nikola Jokic. But when you look at what you think you guys could have done better tonight, where can the improvements be made for Game 4?
Yeah, I just think I've been saying it, but I think they're just bigger than us. You know, they can just shoot over us. You know, we smaller than them, so they can just shoot over us. And you know, of course, the Jokic is a good passer, so you know, he just get a lot of attention when
when he has the ball. So, we just sometimes watch him and then get back up, or the other side of, the court is wide open. So, yeah, it's just they're a good team, So you gotta give them credit, yeah.
Rui, when you're also trying to give the team offense and then defend Jokic, how difficult is that on you physically?
I mean, it's actually not bad, It's just I like being physical, so it's just nothing, For me, it's not, nothing crazy, but as a team, I think they are just, they're big, they're very physical, they're fast, and so just those are things hurting us right now. So yeah, we just gotta try to, we just gotta try to win next game. Yeah.
How's your feeling about and your confidence about your ceiling as a player in this league changed throughout this playoff run? Because you obviously played really well.
For me, I don't know. It's just the people that know me for a long time. Just from the former Wizards or like other players or coaches. For me, I don't think it's nothing. It's not new for me. It's just I had this for a while, and it's just a different opportunity. It's Lakers is like one of the biggest team in the league, and playing with LeBron, AD, highest level. So it's just a different opportunity, and it's nothing new for me. Yeah.
お疲れ様です。ウィザーズにいた時に一度1回第1ラウンドで 0-3 というのはありましたけれども、今回レギュラーシーズンの終盤からずっと実績を残してきたこのチームで、今の状況で、このチームでみんなでなんとかできるというような手応えっていうのは以前以上に今ありますか？
そうですね。新しいチームでやってきて、まだ3ヶ月ぐらいでしか一緒にやってないので、その中でこうやってここまで来れたことがすごいと思いますし、その中で僕らも次の一戦をまず取ることだけを集中してやるしかないんじゃないかなと思います。
お疲れ様です。ヨキッチとずっとシリーズの最初の方からマッチアップしてますけれども、そのチャレンジっていうんですかね、どれだけ大変なことなのか、どういったところが大変で、相手のアジャストに対して自分はどういうふうにまた対応しているのか、その辺をお聞かせください。
もちろん彼はMVP なので、今年は違いますけど、ずっと MVP の選手としてやってきてたので、そういう中でそういうチームと対戦することで、僕もその相手をヨケッチをマークしているので、そういうところで今年はやっぱディフェンスでチームでも信頼というか任されてるんだなっていう気持ちはありますし、そういう中で、今日は僕守ってる時はいい感じでできたんじゃないかなと思うので、次の試合もそれを意識してやっていきたいなと思います。
Perspective, what's the message to your teammates right now, down 0-3?
Just got to get one. It's one at a time. Just focus on game 4, and that's all you can really think about. Obviously this game is over and done with. We had some opportunities, but we didn't come through. So just get ready for Monday, and just got to get one. And it's one game series for us. Or every game counts, obviously.
LeBron, you guys had I think a 1 or 2 point lead with midway through the fourth.
1 point lead.
1 point lead. They went on an 11-0 run.
We had back-to-back turnovers, and they hit 2 threes. Just called timeout. That was the game.
Yeah, I guess what'd you see in
that was the game. We had back-to-back turnovers. After Rui went up and made 2 free throws, we went up 1, and we had back-to-back turnovers. They hit back-to-back threes, made us take a timeout. We never got back in rhythm.
Dan? LeBron, this team has been in kind of fight for survival mode for months.
Oh, for sure.
Has there been any build-up from that in terms of you guys having to be so locked in for 40 games now or 50 games?
Yeah, we still are. And we got to come in obviously tomorrow, watch film, and be upset and be disappointed, and whatever the case may be, and use that and use some of the miscues or whatever the case may be, and then also some of the things that we did well to apply to game 4. And that's all you can worry about.
LeBron,
What's Denver doing in this series so far that's allowed them to be successful? Like, obviously, you guys faced them in the conference finals a couple years ago. They have all-stars, accomplished players on their team, but where do you think the edge has been for them?
I mean, obviously Jamal was fantastic in the first half today. He got him off to a great start, and even with that, we were only down 3 at the half. I think it's been the timely shots by their role players. Obviously, I think the KCP, the Michael Porter Jr.'s, the Bruce Browns, even Jeff, hit a big-time timely shot today, when we were kind of going on a run. So I think it's been their supporting cast have kind of made those timely shots that's, allowed them to kind of have the edge.
Melissa?
Hey, Braun. You guys had 0.3% written on the whiteboard very recently, signifying your chances of making the playoffs. You guys did anyways. Obviously, the odds of coming back for a 3-0 deficit are even tougher. But is that belief still there?
I mean, it should be. I hope so. I don't know. Can't speak for the guys right now because I don't know what's going on through all their minds right now, but I still do. So, it's time I'm going right back home and start to refuel and start the treatment process and recovery process and get ready for Monday. So my mindset is always locked in as if it's a game one.
Steve?
LeBron, follow up to that. The only way you can win this is to make history. You've made history so many times before. You know the game. Does that thought even cross your mind that that's the only way you can do it and you'd like to make history again, obviously?
Of course. That's the only mindset for me, for sure.
Last question, Rachel?
What's the biggest challenge trying to defend Jamal Murray, with him in particular?
I mean, once he gets going, it's kind of hard to turn him off. I mean, obviously, he got going from the very beginning. We watched one clip at halftime where we allowed him to see the ball go in because we didn't match up a transition. And early in the first quarter, and he had one from their left wing by their bench, a wide open shot. And a guy that has that type of rhythm, and we all know, I mean, Jamal is one of those guys in our league that he'll run off 20 in a quarter or 30 and a half. That's what he did tonight. So, everyone in our league knows that, especially when he gets going, he gets the bouncing and shooting, the 3 ball, shooting the mid-range, posting up smaller guards where he can score at all 3 levels of the game, from the paint, from the free throw line and also from the 3-point line. So, you tip your hat, he's a hell of a player. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Over here, please.
You guys outscored the Lakers 32-20 that first quarter. Can you talk about how important was it for your team to come out the gate really quickly?
It was important. We talked about it the day before, how we wanted to come out and be aggressive. And we came out and did that, perfectly in that first quarter. And we didn't, we let go of the rope a little bit, but we sustained it and got it back.
Go front row.
Hi. Describe the business-like mentality that you guys came into this trip with and how you executed it.
Yeah, we talked about it at the game too in Denver. How we wanted to come in and make this a business trip as far as like getting, trying to come in here and get 2 games and not just 1. And we came out very professionally and got it done. And that's why I say I continue to thrive with this team. I love this team and how we, continue to fight for what we want.
Mark? You know very well how difficult it is to beat the Lakers in this building. What impressed you the most about the business you went about tonight as a team?
We came out aggressive, in the mindset, this is a business trip. We wanted to come in and apply the pressure and not let them apply the pressure to us first. We wanted to throw the first punch, and we came out strong in the first quarter, and we did exactly what we wanted to do.
Front row on the left. Kentavious. Nikola picks up his 4th foul. 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. I don't think Jamal really had it going in the 3rd. What allowed you guys to kind of survive that stretch? What did you guys do well?
Just play hot basketball. Continue to move the ball, help each other on defense, and hit the open guy that's open throughout that stretch. Like you said, Cola got his 3rd foul. Maul didn't have it going a little bit, but like we have other guys, including myself, that can make a play, make a shot down the stretch when we need it.
4th row.
When LeBron and AD had the ball, you guys were showing a lot of bodies, crowding the paint. How did you walk that line between clogging things up and still getting out to their shooters?
Just effort. We wanted to have, just that effort on defense, like knowing we got to shrink the floor when them guys have the ball, and also make a second effort to get a contest when they do kick it out to their teammates. And we did a great job of that, just helping and also helping the helper. So that's a big key for us.
Second row.
What's up, Kay? You've been a quiet player, but going back to your rookie year, but it seemed like tonight you were playing with a bit of a verbal edge. You got on Christian after there was like a mix-up on, I think maybe a Reaves three.
Reaves, yeah.
And it just seemed like you were a bit more aggressive, chirpy tonight. Is that how you wanted to approach the game, or did you just find yourself there?
I feel like I've been verbal, the whole season, or even more in the playoffs, postseason. Just trying to keep my guys motivated, for the goal that we had set in training camp. And for just Christian, just we can't have the mistakes. We too close to our goal, so we can't have the mistakes when we know the game plan was, Reaves is a chase, so we can't, and then when we have small ball like that, when AG at the 5, he's always in coverage, so we got to know when we check in, we got to just be ready and not have no mistakes.
Left side, white shirt.
Kenny, part of the third quarter run I know was some buckets for you, making sure to, especially when Joker goes out, you take over in that moment at a couple of points. You've had a lot of those times during this playoff run. How do you know when the right time is to sort of assert yourself, when most of the time you're a fourth or fifth guy in the offense?
Just being patient, and when the ball comes to me, taking my open shots and being able to knock them down. Just being confident within the offense and what we're running.
Home, front row.
KCP, do you feel like tonight is another example that shows that you guys can win no matter what the situation is? Like Joker struggles in the first three quarters, and yet you guys still find a way to pull it out.
Yeah, man. I learned a lot about this team every time we play. We have that resilient, that dog mentality where no matter if we up, down, we're gonna continue to fight and play our game, and we do it at a high level, and we got to continue to do that throughout the rest of these games.
Do you remember if there was a point when you looked at this team and thought, this is a team that can win a championship?
From training camp, since we've been playing together, and just throughout the whole season, we number one in the West for a reason. And I believed it from the jump that we could win a championship, and that was everybody's mindset. We knew how we could gel together and play together. We just wanted to continue, just play hard, together, and just continue to just do great. We the underdogs. We don't get enough credit for what we do. And like I said, we number one in the West for a reason, and not being talked about, that's a lot. So we take that personal, and we just use that energy, continue to prove everybody wrong.
Last question over here in stripe.
Kentavious, given that there's not a lot of experience on your squad of guys who have gotten to the finals, what can you impart on your teammates to get the job done at some point in this series and get to the finals?
Always telling my teammate defense, we're going to win games for us, and it's going to win us a championship. The more we can continue to defend, get stops when we need them, or get multiple stops, we're going to be great. And I feel like my teammates and we're doing a great job at getting stops when we need them, especially down the stretch, and closing out games.
Last question over here in stripes.
Kentavious, you guys have, we've talked a lot about the business-like, mentality. This really might have been, there's been a ton of great wins in this playoff run for you guys, but this really might have been one of your best coming into this building, getting a win like this. Do you feel like that business-like mentality is kind of increasing for you guys as each round, or is?
Yeah, I feel like it's increasing. We know last round we went into Phoenix and we gave up 2 games. We wanted to change that narrative. We went up 2-0, so we wanted to come on the road and make this really a business-like trip. We coming to get both games. We got the one tonight, and just Monday we got to continue to just do what we did here and try to come out with the second win.
Thank you. Fourth quarter, last game, you had 23 points. Is it possible to carry momentum over into another game? Does that work for you?
No, I just thought we as a team brought the right mindset going in. We knew the crowd was going to be into it, and they were. I thought we did a good job of just hitting first on the road especially, and keeping that up even when they made a run. And they came back, I think it was like 71-71. But we were even in the quarter, and once we realized that, even when we weren't playing the best, we just got to buckle down and do the same they were doing in the first half.
Bro, you're right.
Jamal, can you talk about the team's defensive effort tonight and over the last 2 games?
Yeah, it's been good. I think we've just been on a string. Even we're on the same page with what we're doing. Even when we mix it up in timeouts and adjustments, game to game, everybody's just on the same page. When we mess up, we don't get too down. I think that's the biggest thing. We just next possession and get back to it. You can't hang your head in the playoffs, and we're doing a good job of just trucking along and getting back on the same page, like I said.
Back row in the center there.
Hey, Jamal. Malone was just in here talking about how late in the fourth, Joker kind of took over the huddles a little bit, was calling out plays, was saying that you and him were going to play 2-man game, clear the side of the floor for that. Can you kind of take us inside those huddles and kind of what was just the communication like between him and the team and all you guys at that point?
We were up at the time, and we just wanted to not rush anything. We know that. Once we have space, we can find out different holes and seams and gaps in the defense, and I just think we did a good job. Like I said, just taking our time. We didn't rush anything, and I think we made a good play every time out of it. So it was just no rush was the biggest thing, and no turnovers, and we did a good job of just executing. And Yoke did a great job of clearly in English speaking to the team in the huddle about where everybody should be, and like I said, we did a good job executing.
Ramona.
Hi, Jamal. I know you guys have been, this is the farthest you've been, obviously, since 2020 in this same round against the same team. Is there anything you take from just having been to that spot and also other previous playoff experiences that helps you get either just here and then also forward past it?
You can learn things in your wins, and you can learn things in your losses. I remember the Lakers were in the bubble. They were a big team. They would do lineups of LeBron, AD, Dwight Howard, Kuz, and then like Danny Green. So that was a big line. Even when we got to stop, it was tough for us to rebound. And I think they were up at the half and rebounding. We just knew this is kind of the same thing. I know we were making shots in the first half, but we can't let them get second chance opportunities to that team. And we just did a good job of just giving them one shot. And like I said, being in the paint, helping out each other, and just being on the string, especially on the back line of the defense.
Sort of following up on that, Jamal, your message coming off of the court, the message that continued in the hallway wasn't, we got to go win 1 more. It's that we need to win 5 more. Mm-hmm. What's the balance there with the micro task at hand and the joy you have in this versus knowing that there's something else that you're going for?
Just keeping everybody in the moment, not letting it slip away. You need 16 wins to win a championship, and we got 5 more to go. And the Lakers are in a way, and they're going to do everything in their power to come back and fight. They're not going to just lay down and let us beat them, on their home floor. So, we know next game is going to be another test. They're going to come in more aggressive. AD's going to be more aggressive. LeBron's going to be more aggressive, so the crowd's going to be more into it. So we know what's coming, and we just got to stay locked in and know that we can do it. And we have full belief in that. And like I said, we got 5 more to go.
Jamal, we don't see Nikola struggle like that very much in the first 3 quarters, and then he also got in foul trouble. Do you feel like this team can find different ways to win games?
Yeah, we got a lot of guys that can come in and impact the game. So I just, KCP did a great job. Bruce, everybody that played today did a great job. Yoke didn't even struggle in the first. He just was in foul trouble, and he wasn't really getting the ball because I was having it. So, I think he'll have a stronger start next game.
That's two, right here. Kind of going back on what that was, what does this say about your team? Giant first half for you. KCP was, I thought, monster in the third quarter. Joker comes back in the fourth. But what does that say to everybody about your team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got a lot of we're just a very unselfish team. It may not be your night, it may not be your quarter. I thought Aaron has done a great job all playoffs, just finding his matchups and guarding, getting back in transition, being at the rim, being big. Everybody, Bruce, steps up. Everybody realizes when we need something, we need a spark. Could be Joker, it could be me, it could be Bruce. Jeff off the bench, whether it's a chase down block or a charge or something, everybody has something that they can come and impact the game with. And I just thought, tonight was another example of everybody stepping up in the right way.
Last question on the right.
Hey, Jamal, what is the biggest difference in your game between the bubble and this series?
I'm healthy. That's it. I see the game a little slower, I think. Not as rushed. I'd probably say, I'd take my time a little more, even just a couple more dribbles just to not turn it over or put somebody else in a bad spot if I pass it. So I'd say just slowing the game down and also get to watch the game from afar for a couple of seasons or a season and two postseasons. So, watching a lot of film and picking my spots from there.
One more, where?
Oh, I thought you had one. No, we're good. Thanks, Jamal.
AD, that stretch after Jokic got his fourth foul, went out for the rest of the third in about 7 minutes. Where did you feel like you weren't quite able to take full advantage, and how was any of that emblematic of Denver and what they've been doing for the 3 games of the shot making?
They just made some shots down the stretch. KCP, Jamal Murray, Michael Porter made shots. We didn't. I think it was like 4 for 12 or something down the stretch or something like that. So that was the difference.
How do you find optimism in this situation down 0-3 with obviously the tall task of trying to do something that's never been done before?
Take it one game at a time. Come Monday, leave it all on the floor and try to get a win. Then you take it to game 5, game 6, game 7. That's all you can really do. Go back tomorrow. We'll go tomorrow and look at the film. See what we can get better. Especially late game. Both ends on the floor, and then get ready to line them up on Monday and try to keep the season alive.
Dan?
You guys have put so much into getting to this point in terms of 6 games under 500, 13 plays, all that stuff. Do you feel like there's been any mental or physical kind of accumulation to the climb, the extended climb that you guys have had to be on?
I think everyone in that locker room, look at it as obviously a challenge, but quote unquote, we've done it before. Like you said, 2 and 10, 13 plays, climbing uphill, basically all season to get to this point. And it's the same thing here. Obviously it's a steeper climb, being down 0-3, but we're going to keep taking it one game at a time and try to get better and come out with a win on Monday.
Melissa?
Hey, I asked Ron this. I want to get your take too. Obviously, you guys have overcome overwhelming odds before. The 0.3% chance that you guys recently had written on the whiteboard. The odds are even harder now. But is that belief still there that you guys can do this?
Yeah, for sure. We never, we're never a team to pack it in. Obviously, as you see throughout the course of the season, we've always been a team to fight. We're resilient, and we're going to keep fighting until it's over. It's not over.
they have to win another game. And like I say, our job is to, take it one game at a time and focus on Monday.
Crystal. AD, in these first three so far, what is your feel of what works best or what is most effective in guarding Jokic, whether it's to help defense, bringing in double, drawing him away from the basket?
I think it's just giving him different looks, whether it's myself, Brown, Rui, double teaming, not double teaming. You just gotta, with a player like that, you just gotta throw different pitches at him, so he's not, comfortable doing one thing or reading the defense the same way. So I think we did a good job of that tonight, mixing up pitches and making it tough on him. Obviously made some shots down the stretch, but throughout the course of the game, switching up our pitches defensively and then also attacking them offensively, seeing why he was in foul trouble. So I think he was the problem. Jamal Murray got hot early on in that first quarter, and then there are other guys, Michael Porter, KCP, Bruce Brown. I think all of them guys over 15 points, and they made some tough shots, some big shots for them down the stretch as well. So like I said, we go back and look at it, figure out ways we can be better, and then get ready for Monday.
Time for two more. All right, thanks.
Nikola, what does it say about your team that you guys didn't necessarily need to win this game, but you come in and attitude you needed to win tonight?
I mean, it's a playoff. It's a must-win. Every game, it's a must-win, I think. I mean, we came here with, I think, the good focus, good mindset. We played the game really good. Oh, my God. The whole focus was really. We had couple kind of misunderstanding and miscommunication, but I think in global it was good. They scored 108 points. I think that's a really good number. In that second quarter they had 30 something, but I think in global it's a really good quarter for us, a good game for us.
What was the oh my God?
Nothing. I was just.
Well, maybe you can help us out with some descriptions, some descriptors for Jamal Murray when he's cooking like he was in the first half. What was your vantage point of that?
I mean, just get him open. Just get him the ball and get him open. I think it's so cool to see when he get going. Everybody's like, just get him the ball and screen for him, do something, just make them make some kind of little mistake so he can go and work.
Nikola, Michael Malone said that you were coaching them up in the fourth quarter. Kind of, he gave you credit for saying, "Let's go to the two-man game." What is Coach Jokic like?
I don't know. I don't want to be a coach. I think that's the worst job on the planet for sure.
After all you've done the last couple postseasons playing without Jamal and Michael Porter Jr., what did it feel like for you tonight when you're in foul trouble in the first three quarters, but you're not hitting shots you normally make, and to see this team pull it out and win?
I mean, I never doubted my team, and I know they're capable. You see, in the third quarter, KCP had a huge one segment, like 4 minutes. I mean, he had a big box out on AD. He had a turnover. He had a steal. He had a big three, 2 big threes, or 1 big three. So I mean, we have some really good players that can step up in the right moment, and that's what we did.
Like just mentioned, by your standards, you weren't in a rhythm for the first few quarters in foul trouble. What got you going in the fourth quarter offensively?
I was not in a rhythm. I mean, Jamal was getting. I was just trying to open my man up. I mean, I think when someone gets going, just get him the ball until he get cold. So I think I played good. I mean, I didn't score. Yes, I missed a couple layups or shots or whatever, but I think I was focused and I was ready to go.
And Nikola, how much is just your playoff experience over the last 5-6 years? I think you've been past the first round many times. How much does that pay off in a series like this? And even if you can go back to the 2020 series when you were in a similar spot against this team.
I think it's 0, because every game is different. You maybe just have experience of being here, whatever, or the game, every game matters, but I think it's 0 because every game is different. Everything is a different team, different coach, different, and we are different. So I think it's 0, me personally.
Nikola, I know you said you don't want to be a coach, but Jamal said that in your best English, you were coaching the guys through that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Was it your best English? And what can you share? I know you don't want to be a coach, but what can you share about what you were telling your guys?
I mean, we had an action that was working, and just some details that can help us get open shots. I think that's But when I'm trying to say something fast, my English is really. I mean, now it's bad, but when I'm trying to say something fast, it's extremely bad.
The center in the back.
Nikola, right here. 30 assists tonight for you guys. Malone pointed that out a couple minutes ago. How happy are you to see your team, in a game like this, a big game on the road, that you guys, still go back to that team-first style of basketball that, of course, that is central to your game?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, just because then you can see everybody's moving. I think that's hard to guard when we are passing the ball. And like really, Mike had 6, AG had 4. Who's this? I got 8. Jamal had 6. Bruce had 5. Like, it's so. I think it's. I say when you like poison, not poison. Contagious, yeah. Contagious, and I think I love it. I think that's the best brand of basketball. At least everybody's enjoying, So.
Nikola, you represent the greatness of FIBA basketball and the great talent that is outside of the U.S. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I mean, but I still think USA has a lot of to offer. They are in last how many years they every time they won it. Just when Spain won it, but I think we European basketball or non-American basketball can offer a lot of interesting quality basketball, and I think it's really fun and interesting to see different style of basketball, different players, different style of players, So even if you follow EuroLeague or whatever, it's different, but it's still interesting.
Nikola, guys often say that closeout games are the hardest ones to win, let alone the ones that give you a spot in the finals. What are you expecting to change? What are you expecting to be more challenging? Why is that?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to say that I'm scared, but I'm worried because they have LeBron on the other side, and he's capable of doing everything, So we're gonna come here with the same mindset, same focus, and I think that's gonna put a situation to win a game, So, but we never know. But they're gonna be aggressive. They of course, they're gonna be extra physical, extra. They're gonna run more. They're gonna, everything's gonna be on different level or one more of anything. So we will see.
Last two, right here.
So, Jokic, post game, I met your brother and Mali and your family. They were all here. How happy are you? You feel, when you saw your family come here to
Yes,
cheer
I
for
mean
you?
they're following me since day one, 9 years ago. So it's always good to have someone on your side. So it's great.
Last question on the left over here.
Nikola, KCP was talking about how he felt like you guys missed an opportunity in Phoenix when you came out on the road. How did coming to LA this time around feel different in terms of your approach and your mentality?
Mine 0. I mean, I'm really focused on every game, and I think every game matters. And not just playoff. I think I play every game the same way. I think if you put your mindset like that, every game is gonna be similar to you. Not similar, but you're gonna have the same approach, and that's gonna help you through the season or through the career or whatever.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Pleasure calling.